I don't know what the hell that was before. Hey. What's good, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome to Turn On Tuesday. Hello, it is your girl, Michelle Kanan. I'm also known as the Have It All Queen. I'm also known as the Satisfied Wife. I'm the founder of the Embodied Satisfaction Method, and I'm here for all the women like me that want a life where you have it all, where maybe if you don't get what you want, you feel a little bit like let down, or this like bratty part of you comes out on the inside that's just like, hey, I deserve that. I work hard for that. Like, I have big goals, big dreams, big desires. Like, I want it all and I want it now. If that's not the vibe, then I might not be the medicine that you need today. But if you love to know what you want and you love to get it, hey, we're here today. And I'm here with you because I was just talking to someone and a myth came up. And there's so many myths that we get, so many mixed messages that we get as powerful women that know what we want and we get it. And one of those that I heard, and maybe you've heard it too, you can drop a comment and be like, yeah, I heard that one, is that something gets messed up in your relationship if you're making more money than your man. Okay, if you've heard that, I'm just gonna just call a spade a spade. If you heard that fucking lie, leave a comment below. Also, if you're jumping on live, leave a comment and say hey, because y'all know that I love to. Hey, Sydney, I love to hang out with you. I love to talk to you. I love to make this like an actual conversation. So if you're watching live, say hey. If you're catching the replay, do hashtag replay so that I know that you were here, and ask any questions and share like any like what the fuck or mindgasm moments. Tag your girlfriends, especially tag your friends that are out there crushing it, that are out there like killing it right now, that are making that money, that are launching or growing or scaling those businesses. And shout out to all you women too that are like doing it all, right? Like maybe you're a mama, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you're a wifey, like maybe you're just like moving mountains every day. I was talking to some amazing girlfriends this morning and they were like, Michelle, you move mountains like every day. I was having a not feeling good moment when I had to like reach out to my crew and be like, can y'all tell me that I'm awesome? And they were like, you move mountains every day. And I was like, yeah, I do. And I feel like most women do that, especially in this community, especially if you're like connected to me, you're motivated, you're making things happen. And part of that, right? Because we live in this earthly realm and money's what makes the world go round for so many of us and for so many things. We're also like excited to make money. And first of all, I just want to take off if there's any shame or guilt or money is icky. Like, let's just like take that vibe, that belief, and just like, boop, let's put that in the trash for right now, because absolutely nothing wrong with making money. Absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to make a lot of money, for wanting to be rich, for having abundance, for having all those resources. And at the same time, I am specifically not a business coach. Even though I'm a multipreneur, even though I have like a 6-figure coaching business and we have a real estate vacation rental business and we do lots of different stuff, it's not in my pleasure to teach about business and to teach about like the strategy and tactics for building a business and making money. But what I'm going to teach you today is about money, right? And it is for all the women that are out there doing the damn thing, that are getting paid, that are putting out offers, that are growing businesses, that understand that money is important and it's part of having an abundant and freedom-ful lifestyle where you can do anything that you want to do. You can experience whatever you want to experience. You can live in a level of luxury or freedom or abundance or possibility, like on any level that you want to, right? Like money helps you play. But for some reason, it gets twisted when it comes to relationship, right? Like we heard this lesson, right? Some of us, many of us heard this lesson, so much ideology about like be powerful, but don't be too powerful, right? Like, because if you make a lot of money and if you make more money than your man, right, for some reason, it means that like there's going to be a power struggle, right? It means that like shit's gonna be weird. Like, he's not gonna be as attracted to you, or you're gonna feel like you don't respect him anymore, that he's like weaker than you, or you're gonna feel like the man in the relationship, or like you're wearing the pants or the leader, or something like that, right? And I've been in relationships in the past where I've been in all sorts of different relationships. I feel really lucky to have been with so many different amazing and not so amazing people, and learn so much in relationship. And that's why I'm here, is sharing all of the lessons, all of my experiences that I've been through, and then all of the tools that I use to have this incredible life where I feel like a total goddess, and I feel super clear about what I want and get my desires met, and my marriage, my relationship is activated into a divine partnership. And I'm seeing already a comment, hey Tashana, who's saying, yeah, it drives me crazy. I shouldn't have to dumb down my energy because he's threatened. Oh, I'm so glad that you said that, right? There is a huge lesson in that. I have like a huge mindgasm explosion, like belief shift for you around that, okay? Because a lot of the times what we're doing to make our money, a lot of the times how we think that we need to show up, how we're like the mask that we put on, or the energy that we put on, or like the way that we have to like gather ourselves or organize ourselves, or stress ourselves even, in order to reach our goals, in order to build our businesses, in order to be mom of the year, wife of the year, businesswoman of the year, like all the things, all the hats, like Anna Queen and all the kinds of things. There is a huge shift in how we show up that can help us not only make more money, but be in our pleasure and in our turn on when we're making more money. And from that place, have a massive, massive impact in our relationships, and create what I call this like incredible cycle, or this spiral of co-creation, where you can turn your marriage or your relationship into a source of energy that helps you be even more successful, which is like amazing. So before I get into that, I'm going to share with that today, right? Why making more money than your man doesn't kill the romance, but what you might be doing that might accidentally be part of that cycle, and how you can stop, because it's actually what you want to do anyway. This is my favorite thing, right? Because what I teach in my embodied satisfaction methodology is that we have to be 100% unapologetic about our desire, like 100%, right? Because if you're not clear about what you want, how are you going to get that? And if you feel ashamed or guilty, or if you hide it, or if you cover it up, you're actually going to put out energy that's repelling or pushing away what you want, or you're never going to get your needs met, right? But then you also get to feel like a total goddess, right? Because who cares if you're getting everything that you want, if you're unapologetic, if the tactics and the ways that you have to use to get that feel like shit, and you feel like you're pushing all the time, and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you're always the one that has to do everything, and you always have to be the leader, and without you everything would fall apart. That's just exhausting, right? So many women I know are totally so fucking exhausted. So who cares if you're getting everything if you want, if you aren't able to enjoy it, if you're not able to like lean back in a moo on a Tuesday before you go to your one of your vacation homes for the afternoon, which is what I'm going to do after I end this video. I'm going to pick up my daughter from preschool, and I'm going to drive to meet my husband at our ski house, and we're going to do a little overnight there, which is so exciting. Who cares if you get all those things if you feel like shit? If you don't feel like a goddess, if you feel like a workhorse, if you feel like you're burnt out, like overwhelmed, right? And for those of you that are lucky enough to be in a relationship, right, and you're here because you want to know, like, hey, I want to make lots of money. Like, how do I keep my relationship hot and be like totally rich, and, have this dream kind of life that I get to live and that my clients get to live too, right? Is that your partnership thrives the more money that you make. Like, the wealthier that you are, and that can be money, but that can also be in inspiration and creativity, in all different kinds of abundance and lifestyle, but that your relationship becomes a divine partnership. That's a huge opportunity, right? So many of us don't realize. We think like, okay, we're married to somebody that, we get to share the chores. I take out the garbage one day, he takes out the garbage the other day. That's like kind of basic stuff, right? Like, but your relationship, if you're here, if you are a goal-getter kind of woman, if you're a powerful creator like I am, right, where you're making all of your dreams come true, your relationship gets to be on that level too, right? Your relationship gets to feel that juicy. You get to be fully supported. You get to be totally taken care of and connected to your man, right? And bing, the more money you make, even if you make more, he loves it because, like, duh, of course he loves it. Why wouldn't your man love if you're like bringing home lots of money and if y'all have all the resources that you need to buy whatever you want, to live however you want, to travel wherever you want, and then you guys can build your dream lives together and heal together and grow together and partner together and parent together and like all that good stuff. That's all possible. That's everything that I teach you inside of my embodied satisfaction method. And by the way, if you want to know more about that, if you want to know how to have that kind of experience in your life, shoot me a DM. We can jump on like a super easy call or like slide into my DMs and just tell me something you're struggling with. And I will show you really quick how to turn around. So for all my girls, all my women here that are struggling, that you feel like the more money that you make, the more successful that you are, the more shit is going down in your relationship. First of all, I want to say I've been there. And if you know a woman, a fellow entrepreneur, a fellow go-getter woman that's moving up the chain, that's like doing her thing, that's struggling in her relationship, I want you to tag her here, share this video with her here, because it doesn't have to be like that. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the secret of why this is happening and what you can do to shift that. And I want you to know that everything that I teach, everything that I share with you is not from a shame place. It's not from, oh, you're doing it wrong. You're a bad person. You're a bad woman. You're a bad wife. No, right? We live in a shame-based culture, pressure-filled culture and society. That's not what I'm talking about at all. What I'm talking about for you is the opportunity to start to show up in your pleasure, in your inspiration, in your turn on. And from that place, right? Make decisions, whether it's how you make your money or how you get to celebrate your money or how you join forces with your man and enjoy all that money together. That's what I want you to do. But most women that I talk to, most women, when they come to me, one of their biggest issues and struggles is that you're showing up and the way that you're doing things is in a way that doesn't feel good to you. It doesn't honor you. It doesn't honor your energy. It doesn't honor how you work best. It doesn't make you smile. It doesn't make you feel excited. It doesn't make you feel inspired. And that's a day to day. That's real. Like so many women are going through that. That's its own pandemic, right? And when we're doing that, when we're showing up in that kind of way, Nas, thanks. Yes, I am a rock star. And yes, I will change your life. Listen to me. Listen to me, my loves. Listen to me, okay? And when you're showing up in that way, whether you're making more money, whether you're a millionaire or whether not, something happens to you and in your relationship where you're repelling the things that you want the most, and you're actually repelling also the energy, the natural inspiration that most good men have, where that make your man want to show up for you in all the ways that you want him to also, right? Like it's not the fact that you're making more money, right? You might think like, right, what you learned is, oh, if I make more money than my man, like he's not going to like me, he's going to feel disempowered, he's going to feel emasculated. Mm-mm. And then like Tashana said, right? Like I shouldn't have to dumb down my energy because he's threatened. 100%. Who wants you to dumb down anything? Not me. And your man doesn't want to either. This is the flip here. This is the thing that we didn't learn, that I wish I learned, that would have saved me so much heartbreak. No one wants you to dumb down shit. What I want you to do, what your man wants you to do, and what you deep down want to do too, is instead of dumbing down anything, instead of limiting yourself in any way, instead of holding yourself back in any way, we want you, I want you to be more of what feels freaking amazing to you. What makes you feel like a total goddess? What gives you life? What lights you up? What makes your pussy wet? Like, what makes you feel like, yes, like that's the secret, right? It's not about making more money. It's how you're showing up every day in order to make that money. It's the energy that you're forcing yourself to use and the way that you're pushing yourself into exhaustion, into resentment, into overwhelm, into lack of inspiration because you were taught you have to do it like that. You haven't seen models for, another way that it's done, but hello, I'm here to show you. And if you have seen those models, you've been like, yeah, right. Like they live in some kind of dream world, or they're lying and faking it for Instagram, or like, well, I'm just not that kind of woman, right? She's so girly and skinny and sweet and whatever. Like, and I'm not just like that. And like, let's look at me for a second. I mean, I'm sweet, but like, I'm not this small, petite, quiet, demure, like, yes, dear. Like, that's not me. And that's not my vibe. And my man doesn't want me to be that. Your man doesn't want you to be that either, even if you might joke about it from time to time. But what he does want is your turn on. What he does want is your joy. He wants your inspiration. He wants your excitement. He wants that juice, that feminine magical juice, your version, your unique goddess blueprint. Only you have it, right? It's not about being a certain kind of woman. It's about activating your unique goddess blueprint. So as you rise in success, as you grow your business, as you mother your kids, as you make the money that you want to make, you are feeling as good and you can enjoy and celebrate all of that hard work and all of that time and that energy and everything that comes along with it. Instead of rising to the top like we've seen so many women do, having to dumb themselves down, limit themselves, dress a certain way, talk a certain way, overwork themselves, self-sacrifice, martyr themselves. No, I'm calling an end to this. I want you to leave a comment if you're done with this too. Like if you're calling an end to this self-sacrificial, self-limiting bullshit where you're forcing yourself to be a certain way in order to get to that place. Because the thing is, you don't want to do that to yourself. Your man doesn't want that. It's not worth it. And trust me, because I've made a lot of money in my life. And if you're treating yourself like that, okay, if you're not in your pleasure, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. You're just like, whatever, let's hit the next goal. Let's do the next thing. Okay. It's not that you're making more money. It's what's happening to you and how you're showing up in your relationship while you're making that money. And for a lot of women, right, that are struggling in their relationships, and I totally get it, when you're on a roll in your business, it's easy to keep going. Well, I'm just going to make more money and that'll make me feel better. I can buy another purse, or I can make another I can move into a bigger house, or we can have a nicer car, or I can lose more weight, or I can spend that money like to make the lifestyle better. But there's something deeper below the surface that isn't getting met. Okay. And that's what I'm speaking to, is meeting that part of you, is activating that unique goddess blueprint, that energy inside of you. Because let's get logical for 1 second. Can we just like have some freaking logic for 1 second? Why wouldn't your man be fucking thrilled if you every month were like rolling in, if he was looking at your bank account and he was like, what, we're making that much? We have how much in our bank account? Right? Like ideology would lead you to believe that like because men are threatened by strong women, and that's not what it is. That's not what it is. It's how you are showing up. How you don't know how to let go of the control that you have in your business or in other parts of your life because you don't trust that you can do that in your relationship, because you get on this high. It's so exciting, to make that paper and to have all that success and to like be the boss lady. I know it feels so good. I know it feels so good. But when it comes to your relationship, do you want to be the boss lady? Do you want to be the one that's in charge and in control all the time? Or do you want to have a different kind of experience with your man where you feel his divine masculine stepping up, right? Where you feel him stepping up in his powerful, confident, I got you energy to meet you and to hold you and to love you and support you and worship you and celebrate with you and drink champagne with you and buy you vacation houses like my man did for my 40th birthday this year. He bought me a river house, like, and I'm making good money. And let's be real, right? Like I've been with my husband for a decade. It's ebbs and flows, right? Sometimes he's making more, sometimes I'm making more. There's different seasons, there's different things going on in our businesses. We're entrepreneurs, but we have a relationship. And I want you to know that you can have a relationship where it doesn't matter who's making more because you're in a divine partnership together and you're showing up clear about what you want and fucking getting it because the universe has your back, your man has your back, like everything's got your back. You feel like a total goddess, totally taken care of, totally like and are in deep trust that everything that you want is coming to you, right? You put in the hard work, right? Like, this isn't just about like rubbing our pussies and like praying to the great yoni that like we get everything. Like that's not only what I'm talking about here. Like you're putting in the work here, but there's also that level of trust and pleasure and fun and creating with the universe and just letting yourself be taken care of and lazy and nourished and like leaning back and letting it all happen in a way that feels really, really good for you. And then if you're lucky, lucky. Oh, Tashana says, I can't release control to someone who can't handle it. Maybe that's why I'm single. Ooh, that's going to be a whole other topic for me to talk about, right? How much we love our control. And that's what's going on here too, right? And by the way, you shouldn't just like release control to anyone that's just like rolling down the street. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the women on here that are married to a good man, that are partnered with a really good man that loves you, that he loves you, but some things just aren't gelling, or you're like, why isn't he meeting me here? Or why isn't he stepping up the way that I'm stepping up? That's who I'm talking to. That's what I'm talking about right here. There's a beautiful way that feels so good for you to open up and him in, welcome in his divine masculine, but it only happens when you truly elevate and meet him in your divine feminine, when you allow yourself to surrender to receive his power, to receive his care, to receive his love. Especially, and we need that. I know that we need that, especially as we're growing businesses, making more money, raising kids, holding a lot more energetically for like massive success, massive growth, massive impact. And you deserve to have a partnership. You deserve to have the kind of support from your man that lets you rise in that while letting you feel so, so delicious, so good. I want you to have that. So if that's interesting to you, if you're like, yes, please, like, how do I get that in my life without dumbing myself down, without making myself small, without pretending that I'm less than I really want to be? Welcome to my zone of genius. I'm not the have it all queen for nothing. Like, you can absolutely have it all because your man, he wants to celebrate with you. He wants to see you successful. He wants to see you thriving. He wants to see you making lots of money. It's not an attack on him. It was never an attack on him, but it's what you are doing to yourself, how you are torturing yourself and forcing yourself to show up in your life, in your business, in your relationship that doesn't feel good. And if you're having a struggle with him, that is this beautiful opportunity for you to just let all of that go and finally embody the goddess that you want to be, that gets taken care of and spoiled and surprised and just loved and held and feeling so connected with your man as you both rise in your success together. That's what I want for you. So slide into my DMs. Let's like have a call about it. Let's chat about it. I will help show you how the biggest issue that you think that you're having in your life, in your relationship, in your business right now is actually your greatest opportunity. And yes, Tashana, single women are welcome in my DMs right now, because even that, right? Like that way that you're holding on control, and it's keeping you single, that is showing up in other parts of your life that's keeping your blessings from coming to you, that's keeping that support and that money and that ease and that fun and that abundance from coming to you. And like, let's just let that shit go. Let's just like throw that away so that you can feel embodied in your total satisfaction, so that every day you get to wake up and be like, my life is amazing. Even if shit is hard, even if my man is challenging, I know that everything is taking me to my dreams, to my greatness, and I get to have it and I get to enjoy it and I get to love it. Like, that's the vibe. That is the vibe that I want you to have. And I want you to live that goddess wife life with me. So I'm going to go now because I have to pick up my daughter from preschool. And then I'm meeting my husband in our ski house. We're doing some decorating. We're doing a sleepover party because we take Wednesdays off, because we take whatever day we want to off, because we have a life where we're working together, we're making that money, but we're living a lifestyle. We're living a life that feels good. It doesn't matter how much money you make. if you are not enjoying your life, if you're not having the life experience that you want. And that's what I want you to have. So I'm going to go enjoy. I want you to enjoy. Let's be friends. Connect with me on Facebook. Join my free Facebook group, my Goddess Wife Vibes community. But most importantly, like, have this in your life and be around other women that have this. Stop listening to the narrative of like, oh, you know, if I'm more powerful, if I make more money, then the men don't like it. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's old school news, and you deserve better than that. And your man wants to give you better than that. Your man wants to be your hero. He wants to take care of you. He wants to celebrate with you. He wants to do a photo shoot of you in lingerie on bed with all your dollar bills. And he's like taking sexy photos of you. Like, he wants that. He does. And I would love to show you how to welcome that kind of magic and fun into your life and into your relationship. So hit me up. Love you guys. Bye.